Introducing our next speaker for tonight is Umer. Umer is an AI enthusiast with 8 years of full stack dev, and tonight he's going to be telling us how to build a, sorry, I forgot my glasses, guys. Full stack web application in 5 minutes with AI. Please welcome Umer.
Hey everyone, thanks Brian, thanks Vivian. I'm Umer. I'm a full stack developer. You can find me on LinkedIn, scan that code. There's another link over there, so scan that. Basically a software developer, been in the industry for about 8 years. I started with freelancing, then got into more in-depth software development stuff, full stack development. Now I'm teaching at Brainstorming. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Now I wanted to show you this next slide. I want you to concentrate on this a little bit. Now there's a thing called 5,000 years of information that humans gathered. And now we have ChatGPT. So think about it a little bit. Yeah, it was sorry, bad joke. The key here with AI is not just the data that we gather, it's about giving the right information, asking the right questions. So if you heard the term prompt engineer a couple of years ago, you'd probably laugh at that person and say, you don't know, you're not a developer. But nowadays, if you're a developer, you gotta know prompt engineer because it's the new cool thing, right? So the future of jobs is gonna change, and it's changing as we speak. How it's changing is AI is taking over jobs. But just know that it's not the AI that's taking over jobs. It's the people who know AI are gonna take over jobs in the future. So if there's a software developer that has worked with AI and a software developer who hasn't worked with AI, like, just think about this. If you're hiring a person who has worked with AI, who can increase the productivity of your apps, would you hire that person, or would you hire a person who doesn't know AI, who hasn't worked with ChatGPT, who might even know what prompt engineering is? So think about these things. So getting back to topic, I just wanted to start off by playing a game.
You want to play a game?
It's just a game of this wheels. Basically, I want to grab an idea from the audience for an app that you always wanted to make. I have put in some ideas for some custom full stack web applications that you always wanted to create, but never got the time to do so. So I just need volunteers for like 2 ideas that you always thought of, and then we're gonna spin the wheel, and whatever idea gets picked. And I promise this is not rigged, so go ahead, a couple ideas of full stack web applications. Maybe you wanna create an Uber clone or something. Yeah, sure. Was it chess online? Okay, let's put it there. So chess online. Anything else? Yeah, Brian?
Delivery after midnight.
I think that's not possible. What was that? Yeah.
I think something like that. I always wanted to create a ledger for my parents to keep track of their finances.
All right, ledger. I don't know if I'm spelling it correctly, but ledger to keep track of finances. So we have these ideas. So we're going to do a little bit of drum roll, and then here we go. Oh. Oh no! All right, chess online. There you go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to create chess online. So it's gonna be a tough one. There we go. So we're gonna take this chess online idea, put it in Chat GPT, and gonna say, okay, create some features for this app. So it's gonna give us some features that we can create for chess online, and ChatGPT is just gonna point to some features that we can add: adaptive AI components, coach mode, and we can pick all of these, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. We're gonna pick on small things that we can create. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go onto a website called Marblism. How many of you have heard of this Marblism app? One. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what Marblism is, but first we're gonna try out what it does. So what I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna refresh the page to check I'm not logged out. But I'm gonna go into this and I'm gonna say, okay, generate with AI. I'm gonna call it my chess app. And then it's what is it? SaaS AI app, probably other. Yeah, sure, other. And then I'm gonna put in the chess online in there. Where is it? I'm gonna put in chess online, and then I'm gonna put in some of the features that I want. So I'm gonna say, okay, chess online, and I'm gonna copy some features. So probably not adaptive AI components, but maybe coach mode is something. I'll copy that, put it in Marblism. Okay, so there we go. One of his coach. What else? Customizable chess pieces and boards. Copy there, put it in there. What else? We can take in advanced analytics dashboard as well. Put it in there. And then we're gonna select the framework that we want to create the app on. So you can either select Remix or Next.js, whatever you like. And then select, I'm gonna select the recommended one, which is Remix, and select the light mode, and then click on Next. So it's gonna take some time. It's gonna analyze the requirements of what we want to create. And now the next thing it's gonna create, it's going to create user requirements. How many of you know what is user requirements? A couple. So basically what user requirements are a set of requirements that we want from our system. So how the user is going to interact with our system. So it's gonna create all of those requirements for us. And what we can do at this point is either add more requirements if we want, or maybe remove some requirements. So it's gonna create a home page for us. It's gonna create a game board for us. Then it's gonna be a post-game analysis, then tutorials, then customizations, shop, and then analytics dashboard, opponent analysis, all of that stuff. If I wanted, I could also add login and registration, and then just click on next. And then it's gonna start creating the database schema for me. So it's gonna create the full database for me, the whole back end, the whole front end, and we'll see. So this process is gonna take a while. So while we do that, I'm gonna head back to the slide deck, and I'm gonna talk about what is Marblism and who created it. Like, this is a framework we're talking about where you get the full custom, full stack app with just one prompt. So it's gotta be a team of 100 people. It's gotta be, Turns out it's just like two guys. So two guys in one accelerator fund in San Francisco created this. And it means that if you give a small number of people resources and the right environment, you can bring out a lot of talent. So if you want to stalk them, I did get some photos of these guys, and send them some LinkedIn request. They haven't accepted yet, but if you want it, but you could also send these guys some requests. But it's just amazing to me how if you give a small number of people, the funds available and the resources, they can create wonders. And by the way, Y Combinator only accepts their acceptance ratio between all of the startups that do want to get investment is about 1 to 3%. So from all of the startups that apply with Y Combinator, only 1 to 3% get accepted. So what is Marblism? Well, this is from their words as well. Everyone dreads from the first lines of code. We hire the best architect. We hire the best senior software engineer role to create the structure of the application. We always talk about how the junior developers can work on the rest of the code, the features, but we only need the architect of the system can only create the structure of the code. Well, no more. Marblism will create the structure of the code for you, all of it. So that's why they created Marblism. Just describe your app, and it's gonna do the 90% of the heavy lifting for you. You just focus on the 10% unique touch that you want to give your app. You can basically launch your idea in days, not months. So all of those senior software engineers right now and all those architects might be thinking, this can't be true. Well, it very much is. And honestly, that's what I'm talking about. AI is revolutionizing things for us. So how do they actually do it? Well, you basically describe the product that you want to build, and it works for SaaS products, marketplaces, social media apps, AI apps as well. It generates the database for you. It generates the backend for you. All of that stuff it creates for you, and then it creates the front end as well for you. Everything from scratch you're creating just by a prompt. And then it also gives you access to private GitHub repo, so you can go ahead and make changes if you want. So, it's yeah, it is what it is. But the front end, how the technologies, it's the tech stack for front end is React. It's gonna use Next.js, Remix, TypeScript, Vite. For design, it's using a component library called AndDesign. For those of you who don't know what AndDesign is, it's used by some of the bigger companies like Alibaba and Tencent. They use that. So for the back end, they're using Next.js again for Brian, front end now merged with back end. So Next.js, Nest.js for web server and API development. So they're using TypeScript as the primary programming language, Prisma for database, ORM, and then PostgreSQL. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. Some people say Postgres, some say Postgre, others say whatever. And then tRPC, this is again something new for me as well. It's sort of like a thing that you can use like Mongoose, which enable you to get your database schema set up. And then they're using ZenStack. So that's all of these things are newer things in the market. For database, it's using PostgreSQL, again wrong name. But that's mostly for the developers. When I'm talking about all these fancy things, Next.js, React, and all that stuff, they're thinking you're ruining our lives by talking about something that is going to create what we are doing in our jobs. Well, it's not exactly. Again, the key word here is that AI is not going to replace the jobs. It's the people using the AI which are going to replace your jobs. So you gotta stay ahead of the game. And this code is straight up coming from ChatGPT, so it's gotta be true. So, so what's the cost involved? Talk about numbers. So, is it free to use? Well, no, it's not. Well, you can get the free version, But really, they have a couple of packages. So for the free version, we're gonna create the whole app. And up till yesterday, when I was creating the presentation, in their free version, they did allow you to access the private GitHub repo. But now, because they have more users coming in, like a bunch of them, now they introduce these new packages that you have to buy to access the private repo. They do give you access to the repo, but you gotta work within Marblism. They don't let you out of the system because they say it takes money for them. So it's really cool packages that they introduce, but I really don't know how they got there, but sorry. But really, like, what I wanted to mention is that this is just a beginning of something new, you know. And back to our apps. So I'm just gonna click on next, and now it's gonna start generating the code base. While it does that, I'm just gonna give you some pep talk on this. So again, don't be afraid to use AI. Don't be afraid of losing your job as well. You know, AI is not going to take your job. Again, if you learn AI right now, this is the time to learn it, because see, things like this is bound to come up. You know, I can give you other things. Like there was another talk in the previous Van.js events where they talked about this app called Galileo. I'll show you this app. And you just type in a prompt and it creates the whole designs for you, like from scratch, the whole web designs. Like Galileo AI, free of cost right now. I mean, sure they're gonna. And then there's v0.dev for Vercel. If you go on this website, type in something, it'll create the code for you. So in the future, this is what is happening right now. Like Brian was talking about the how the internet was changing. This is the next revolution. This is the AI revolution that's happening right now. So either you gotta be part of it or you're gonna get out of the pool. That's the game, you know, if it is game, but it's not. But so it's gonna take some time to create. I don't wanna show you my face while it gets created, so I'm just gonna show you video while that gets created. And I just wanted to show this video because whenever I'm struggling in my life, I always watch this video, and it tells me a little bit about what humans are in comparison to the universe. So if you're struggling in your life and you think that, you know, your struggles and pain is the biggest thing in the world right now, compare your struggles with the universe. Your struggles are meaningless for the universe. This, like, it will show you, this video will show you the size of the universe compared to your struggles and pain, and your struggles will hopefully fade away. So this is a cool video to watch. Yeah, there's our Earth right there, and then, you know, that's a cool music as well. That's our solar system. There we go. Zooming out more, and I think, yeah. So that's our galaxy over there. Cool video, I think. And you can see 10 light years down there, 100 light years. We can't even travel 1 light year. Our lives are mostly like 100 years, you know. And the amount of time that it takes for the universe to, you know, to go and visit the universe. That's our universe right there. And that's the known universe. So while that code base gets generated, just think about that for a minute. So, yeah. Alright, that's enough. Okay. You go back. Alright. Alright. Well, it's gonna take up to 5 minutes, it seems. I don't know. I don't want to show you my face till 5 minutes, so I don't know. I'll go back to the video. Yeah, let's go back to the video. Alright, now it's gonna go inside the eye of the fish. This is when it gets weird. This is when it starts to get weird now. There's our quantums and DNA. Who else thinks about this at night? Nobody, I guess. This is ridiculous. Anyways, so we have about 73% done. That's why I didn't want to add more features in there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Let's do questions in the meantime. Yeah, go ahead.
Would it be the whole multi-tenant system from multiple offices international company, like to scale in the future of your application?
What was the question?
You would create like the whole multi-tenant system,
Yeah.
which will access all access to multinational, multi-office system.
Still don't get the question. Like, do you are you asking like, are we creating a system that's gonna be
You
used by?
would create the system which allow like different like offices
Okay.
with different roles to access through one.
No. It's for both front end and back end.
It's gonna create the full database, yeah.
So
You would create the full system architecture. You can do that or not?
sure, I think so. See, that's the thing.
Like if you type in it creates like a full app, does it create a back end and
Oh yeah, it does. It for sure does. It creates the whole front end, back end. It also deploys for you, so it's already deployed. Like our, or now it's deployed. So basically, like you can go to this workspace now. The app is now deployed, and it's ready to view. So just gonna close that. But now it's ready to view. So this is our code editor. So all of our code is now here. And that's what I'm saying, like it created a GitHub repo for you, deployed the code for you. Didn't give me access to the GitHub repo, unfortunately, but it did create the whole repo. So if you buy the other packages, it will let you do the, like check out the repo. And right now, if you do want to make changes, what you can do is, first of all, let's do the preview to see all of the marvelous app that we've created. It does take some time to start running. But once it does start running, let's see, here we go. So that's our chess app. Just created a chess app. And now the login and password that we see, I mean, it's actually functional. It's not just front end. It's actually front end, back end, everything. Yeah.
how does it handle authentication? Do you get to
Yeah, it uses next auth. Yeah. So it uses next auth for authentication.
Let's start again.
All right, let's start the game. Let's see. Here we go. All right, come on. Don't fail me here. I think it's gonna take some time to load or something, or is it? All right, let's go to analytics dashboard then. There's our analytics dashboard. Cool. That's our custom shop. I mean, so it might have not created the full game for me, but the point of showing you this is a leap into the future. Like, don't think of it as this app is not working. Think of it as this is one step closer to losing your job. Now basically like this is one step closer to, you getting to learn AI now. So if you haven't already, start doing it. Thank you. Any more questions?
Forgive me, I am a bit upset. I think that is not warranted, the hype in this, here. First of all, it's a commercial tool. It's just some bullshit, some guy making money. Y Combinator exception rate is bullshit. They just accept anyone. I know people who are there. There's like lots of bullshit businesses there. For 2 years since Llama out, people have been doing open source, creating websites with AI. No one's been paying attention, at least in the commercial space, because they don't have the marketing money to make a pricing web page, right? People have been doing this, and still there's web developers. And as I was saying to Brian before, you can make a website, you can have a button and website comes out. What do you do with it now? Like, are you going to put it into production? What do you want to add? If you want to add features, just like the AI to do it right.
Yeah.
Do you want to understand what's going on? Like, you can do small projects, but I feel like there is such value in learning what's really going on. And you're a teacher, you teach people what's going on. I don't think there's any hype warranted in this. A search tool. These LLMs are just search. They're searching existing things, and they're just throwing it back at you in a very clever way. And I use AI a lot myself, and I teach about it. But it's just search. It's not reasoning. They're not engineers. If you ask for an app that it's never seen before in terms of concepts involved, physics concepts and so on, it will not be able to do it. So, like, my question is, have you built a production app with using Marblism itself and deployed it?
So, to answer that question, again, I go back to the point where I mentioned that this might not be the full, complete revolutionizing everything right now, but this is a step into the future. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we have V0, which can create the code for us. We have the Galileo, which can create the designs for us. And the thing about developers right now, honestly, you ask any developer if they're using anything other than standard stuff, they're not. If you ask the designers if they're using anything creative out of their own minds, rather than just picking up something from Apple that they saw, or something from other component library that they saw, they're not. They're all going into a standard direction. And because all of the things that we are creating are being standardized, you know, you gotta use this technology, you gotta use this thing, you gotta work in this way. AI is a great tool in copy pasting all of that for us, right? So it's not about, you know, beating the human race. I'm just trying to explain to you how the industry is changing right now. People are using this tool to create websites. Like, there's a Discord channel created just for that. I'm not, because this tool, I got to know about this tool about 6 months ago, you know. But I'm just talking about this is recent. I'm talking about things that are gonna come out, like what OpenAI did for us. Things changed immediately. Things are gonna come out that are gonna change the lives for us. Like, talk to me about a developer who was not using ChatGPT 2 years ago, and now they're still not using it. Like, they are. Like, all the developers are using ChatGPT. They are using tools like GitHub Copilot, right? So this is one step in the right direction, where all the boilerplate code, all of the front end, back end, everything boilerplate stuff is going to be created for us. And we just work on smaller things. That's basically my take on it. And it's going to go advanced. All right.
Thanks, Umer.